Back to another Bet Unwrapped podcast live stream. We're looking at NFL Week 1 bets. It's been a long time. Me in general, haven't been on for a long time. We got a special guest in the background, none other than the man, the mystery himself, Alex.
What's
We're
up,
back.
man?
We're back, kind of. Alex
Kinda,
is
yeah,
doing a guest
exactly.
appearance as a special guest. FF Biscuits. I screwed up the time zones. I think my co-host on the Vault Studio will understand that because I do that all the time. So he might be jumping on later. He's gonna see how he can fit it in, but he might be jumping on midway through here. And as Christian chimes in from wherever he's at.
Look at Christian coming right in. All right. Oh man.
FYI, Alex is doing his own thing now. What are you doing now, Alex? Go ahead. Give the plug.
A plug. Well, first of all, currently not involved with Unwrap like I used to, but I do recommend to anybody who gambles, get into their Patreon, get into the Discord. I still am in there every day with the Unwrapped fam, getting in on the bets, So, but other than that, I'm doing articles for What You Expect, and then I have a kind of talk show, pop culture ish podcast called Royalty. So, a lot of different things. Not doing much sport talking, but when Corey hit me up to get back on the show, I was like, oh, I can't stay away from that infamous power parlay.
Yeah, we're gonna be hitting up power parlay up again, and thanks Gurdeep for the vouch. Like he said, it's fun time in there. Good discussions and things like that. There's no pressure, obviously, to gamble. We talk about everything, so hop in there and check us out. So week 1's here, finally, and we can look at player props for the NFL. I know we both love player props for the NFL, sides and totals as well. We will take a gander at those, but as it goes, the player props is kind of like our home.
It's the bread and butter right there.
Yeah. So getting into it, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, Buffalo Bills first up on my screen.
Should have had my towel ready.
Yeah, you should have. Come on, man.
Still waiting for my Najee jersey in the mail.
So I got the Steelers. The Steelers are underdogs in this game. They're 6.5-point dogs. That hasn't really moved much in the last week or so since I started looking at these. I know a lot of people, a lot of sharps out there will bet these lines, once they come out, like in June and May. The Steelers plus 6.5. The Buffalo Bills are paying $1.34 on the money line. How do you think about your Steelers in this game? Think they can pull off an upset or at least cover this game?
I don't think they pull off the upset. I just think the Bills are a team in a better position right now. They're at home. I do think the Steelers cover, though. I know a lot of people have a lot of question marks on the offensive line with so many new faces there, but I think with the running game that I do believe Najee provides, I think it'll open up the passing lanes a little more since, you can't just overcommit to the receivers. Since last year, Corey's favorite running back, James Conner, didn't hold it down or stay healthy enough all season. So I think the addition of Najee will do wonders for this team to stay competitive. So I like them to cover Sunday.
My favorite running back is a little bit of an overstatement anyways.
It's Kenyon Drake, right?
Definitely not. If I had to lean this game, I would go the Steelers to cover this game. I think my favorite play of all, if you're going to go sides or totals, is the under 48.5, which is paying $1.84, as you see on the screen. The over is paying $1.97. Kind of like the under. This Pittsburgh Steelers defense is, nothing to joke around with. And, I could see this game being, I guess, a little bit lower scoring than what people might think. As far as props go, we got touchdown scores. Who do you think's going to score a touchdown in this game? Anyone?
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs paying $2.10. Josh Allen $2.25. Zach Moss $2.50. Cole Beasley $3.60. Najee Harris $2.30. Claypool $3.20. Juju $3.50. Deontay Johnson $3.75. And the tight ends are interesting. Eric Ebron $5 and Pat Freiermuth $6. So if you're feeling that, my guy James Washington though $10.
One of the best number 4 receivers in the NFL.
Number 4/5 receivers. All right, looking at the quarterback props, we got Josh Allen at 283.5 passing yards. Ben Roethlisberger at 265.5. Passing TDs, Josh Allen's at 2.5. The over's paying $2.58. Ben Roethlisberger to throw over 1.5 touchdowns is paying $1.62. Is there anything that jumps out in the quarterback market?
Yeah, I would say like on the quarterback market, I was tempted, but I would probably stay away. Like I think this game is going to be close, and like I do think it could be a defensive matchup where you said earlier the under's a factor. So
yeah,
I'm probably staying away out of safety.
Josh Allen to throw a pick. That's interesting. $2.05.
Ooh, interesting.
Ben Roethlisberger to throw a pick. Yeah, seems more likely than not.
Come on.
Rushing wise, we've got Zach Moss. I've already played this one. Zach Moss over 28.5 yards rushing. I believe last time they played the Steelers, he was over 50 yards. That was last season. Najee Harris is at 16.5. So if you really believe in this rookie running back against, a rebuilt Buffalo Bills front line, D line, there's a lot of hope there. They got the kid out of Miami, I believe, Rousseau. And this is Epenesa's second year as well. So they're looking for that line to take a step up. And we talked about that Pittsburgh Steelers O-line as well. So we got Josh Allen at 28.5. Devin Singletary, I will not be touching at all this year. I vow never to bet Devin Singletary drop for the rest of the year. So do you agree with Zach Moss over 28.5?
Yeah, I actually had it on my list as my number 1 option for the power parlay. I think Zach Moss gets that easily.
It's going on. There it is.
Yeah. Let's put it in there.
All right, receiving props. We got Beasley at 50.5, Diggs at 88.5. Remember, for the power parlay, we can't put receptions in there, which kills me.
Oh man, that's gonna screw me on the Bears game. I'll tell you right now.
There's no little SGM next to receptions. It makes me sad. Deontay is at 58.5. Claypool's at 15.5. Najee Harris 22.5. Singletary 11.5. Zach Moss 5.5 receiving yards. Dawson Knox 23.5. Sanders 35.5. Ebron 29.5. And Freiermuth 11.5. I'd probably look at maybe Deontay. I'm on board with Deontay this season, as much as I didn't like him last season.
Welcome aboard.
Well, thanks. So I do like Deontay's receiving yards. Anything you like in this game as far as receptions?
I would say Deontay for sure. I like that one. He's just Big Ben loves to pepper him with targets. Freiermuth, that's very tempting. I think I just wrote an article where I talked about how I think by mid-season we'll start to see the snaps kind of go up for Pat, and Ebron's kind of go down. So I like him to probably get at least a catch there. And then Zach Moss, I can't see him not get at least 1 reception in this game. So I could see him getting that on pretty easily.
Yeah, 5 yards. I think we're going to leave it off the power parlay for now, but
no, for sure. No, I'm not on the power parlay.
All right, well, let's move on to the Jets and Carolina Panthers. The Jets are 3.5-point dogs in this one. Getting 3.5 points, you're getting $1.94. Jets money line, very interesting in this game. $2.67. Panthers $1.48. The total in this game is 45.5. Who do you like in this game?
Believe me, with all the fantasy talk about the Corey Davis, Elijah, it's Elijah Moore, right?
Yes.
Elijah Moore, and then Zach Wilson, how he looks. I fantasy wise fantastic, but for this game, I'm gonna stick with the Panthers. Better weapons overall. I just think they handle business here.
That's a fair call. I like the over 45.5 in this game. I think both teams' defenses. I think Carolina's defense is going to be a little bit better than it was last year. They're headed in the right direction. This Jets defense, they lost a lot of pieces that they brought in to make this defense better. So I just don't see how they're stopping anyone in this game. So I really like the over in this game. As far as anytime touchdown scores go, you can see it on the screen. Christian McCaffrey's at $1.50 to score in this game. Corey Davis at $3. Some value in the Jets players. It's just we really don't know who's going to score for them. So That's probably why there's the value. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, right around 280. Terrence Marshall at 375. Dan Arnold's interesting at $5.50. He's kind of the move tight end, if you will. Player props wise, we got quarterback Zach Wilson. Passing yards is only at 231.5. Is a prime candidate for the power parlay. I like the over. Sam Darnold's at 250.5. Zach Wilson pass completions 21.5. Darnold's 22.5. Passing TDs, Zach Wilson over 1.5 is paying $2.42. It's pretty juicy. Sam Darnold's over 1.5 touchdown passes at $1.87. Anything you like with the quarterbacks?
I'm kind of playing the wait and see with Zach Wilson, but if he has your confidence, that number is at a really good line for sure. So probably staying away personally, but if you got faith in Zach Wilson, I'll rock with him.
Matt Skura jumps on and says, "What's up, guys?" From
What's up, Matt?
Our YouTube channel. Thanks for jumping on there, Matt, and showing up. We definitely, I like Zach Wilson here. Let's scroll down here. Let's get to the rushing props here. Zach Wilson, a rush for 19.5 yards. That's interesting. I would probably go under, but we'll see how that one plays out. Darnold's at 8.5 yards rushing. Tevin Coleman is at 30.5 yards rushing. Christian McCaffrey's at 71.5. Michael Carter's at 18.5. We got the alt lines in here too. So if you're feeling frisky and you really like someone, we can throw that in there as well. So anything on the rushing wise, like are we in wait and see mode with McCaffrey and this Jets running game?
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting to see on both of those because Michael Carter's line is low, and I know everybody's like, "Oh, Michael Carter," but I could also see it just being a insane committee with Coleman and Johnson. So probably stay away from me.
Yeah, I think that's our call. Receiving props wise, we got Christian McCaffrey at 44.5, Corey Davis at 56.5, Elijah Moore at 46.5, DJ Moore at 57.5, Robbie Anderson at 50.5, Terrence Marshall at 38.5, Dan Arnold at 18.5. Anything that jumps out there? I mean, remember Dan Arnold last year with the Cardinals, and he just catch like one pass for like 25 yards every game.
Corey, I have him in so many dynasty rosters because I just like his potential. So I like Dan Arnold's. I think Darnold to Arnold is going to be a fun connection this year. I think that's it's definitely a line I like there. And then McCaffrey too. I know DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson had a year last year with Teddy B, but I still think the offense is going to run through McCaffrey, so I definitely think he gets it over 44, which by the way, it's at 46.5 in my book. So I like that it's still at 44.5 for McCaffrey.
So you think that we should go McCaffrey receiving yards, right?
Well, what I was thinking was I was going to cheat and be like, let's just put McCaffrey anytime.
Oh, okay. But it's like $1.50.
Well, there's some value I see in the other game. I was just trying to play it safe, but Zach Wilson one.
We're going Zach Wilson over. Let's go.
All right.
This is week 1. We're going big or go home.
Well, this is the best time to take advantage of some of these lines, so might as well.
Exactly. All right, moving on to the most talked about game this week: Jacksonville Jaguars and Houston Texans. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. The Jaguars are the favorites in this game. Somehow, the Jacksonville Jaguars are favorites on the road. So you can explain that one to me. The Texans
Well,
paying $2.47.
didn't they just trade their starting corner to the Saints like a week before the season?
I don't know what the Jags are doing.
No, the Texans traded Roby.
The Texans don't need players. They need to.
That's true. It's just
they're just getting. It's like a sale, like a garage sale. Like when you find like the antique that's worth like $20,000 and you buy it for $1.50.
They need to be the OKC of the NFL.
Exactly. Soon. Yeah, soon you'll just have all kinds of guys just popping off the page here for the Texans. But I kind of actually like the Texans in this game. Not gonna lie, plus the 3 money line as well if you're feeling a little frisky. But Tyrod Taylor is a professional quarterback. These guys are all professionals. It's not like they're gonna like the organization might want to tank as much as it looks like that's the case. But these guys, all have a livelihood, and that's the thing about the NFL. Like these guys have to put film out there, and they're trying to get their next gig as well. So I kind of like the Houston Texans plus the 3 at home. Any thoughts on this game as far as lines or totals? I was going to say I do like the under in this game, 45.5.
I'm going to roll with the chosen one with college football's Jesus. Give me Trevor Lawrence to cover the spread and get his first victory in the NFL.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're going head to head on that one then. Touchdown markets. Let's look at these. Obviously, not first touchdown. Let's not get crazy. Anytime touchdown. Yeah. James Robinson at $2. Brandon Cooks at $3.20. Philip Lindsay at $3.50. Mark Ingram at $3.75 looks really nice. I'm not gonna lie. That might be going somewhere else, but it's not going to the Power Parlay.
No, don't put down the Power Parlay.
Marvin Jones at $2.50. Laviska Shenault, my guy, $2.70. DJ Shark $2.80. Trevor Lawrence $3.75. Carlos Hyde at $4.50. Anything that jumps out there? I know Danny Amendola. I know you really like him.
No, your favorite running back from last year. James Robinson. Definitely think he gets in the end zone today. I keep on saying today.
Himself?
The Jag himself. Yes, the Jag himself. I definitely think Jags are gonna give him enough carries of the rock. He'll get one in there.
All right. I don't know if we're gonna put that in Power Parlay. Tyrod passing yards at 208.5. Trevor Lawrence is at 247.5. Passing TDs, Tyrod Taylor to throw 2 touchdowns in this game is paying $2.80. That is interesting. Trevor Lawrence to throw 2 touchdowns is paying $1.91. Any of those things interesting to you? Because
not really, to be honest.
No? Okay.
I mean, to be totally honest, I think the Tyrod Taylor with that value, I'd definitely I'd probably put a unit on it just to see, because the way I'm seeing it, I could see this game being close, and I could, like you said, Tyrod Taylor. I mean, even with his time with the Browns and his time with the short-lived time with the Chargers, like he was out there trying to make things happen. So I don't think he's going to go out there, like you said, and it's not tanks. It's like you said, tank for the organization, but not for the players. So that's a fun little piece right there with the passing touchdowns for Taylor.
Yeah, definitely. I think I will probably have a piece of that somehow, some way. Tyrod Taylor rushing yards at 19.5. James Robinson at 68.5 now. Trevor Lawrence at 18.5. Philip Lindsay at 37.5. I don't think there's anything I really love in there. Is there anything that you like in that?
I got Robinson's rush yards when it was like at 61, and even at that point I was a little iffy on it, but yeah, I wouldn't touch it at 68, at least for the Power Parlay.
Yeah, I mean, we can go alt. So we can go James Robinson 60 plus is at $1.57. James Robinson 70 plus $1.91. I mean, Tyrod Taylor to get 25 yards rushing. That's juicy. It's $2.50.
Who do you think is going to be the lead back for the Texans?
That's a good question. I think it's probably obviously it's going to be committee of sorts, but first up out there, it's probably going to be David Johnson, I'm guessing. And then just a mishmash of, I think they're going to try to run the ball as much as possible if they can.
Gotcha.
So that's why I think Ingram's kind of interesting, because I think of all those guys, that's the guy they're going to give the ball to in goal line situations. But I could definitely be wrong. I'm really guessing there.
Yeah, if you're on fantasy Twitter, you almost forget that Ingram is on the Texans because nobody talks about him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no one ever mentions him or says anything about him. So receiving wise, we got Jordan Akins. No thanks. I've been on that roller coaster. Brandon Cooks at 59.5. That looks nice. DJ Shark at 47.5. LaVisca at 50.5. Marvin Jones at 56.5. James Robinson at 19.5. Philip Lindsay at 4.5. Chris Conley at 30.5. So,
wait, did you say Philip Lindsay was at 4.5?
4.5 yards receiving.
Oh my god, I might jump on that one. I might jump on that one. Definitely not for the power parlay, but that's tempting.
We need something for the power parlay. Are we just going to go James Robinson touchdown?
So you said receptions can't go, right?
I can't do receptions I can't parlay them.
It would
in multiples.
All right, if that's the case, the options I had was the James Robinson touchdown, which I know you're not a big fan of. And what was Tyrod Taylor's line at for rushing? It was 19.5?
Yep.
Oh, man, I got it at 16.5 earlier. I don't want to go Tyrod either on that point. And Robinson's receiving yards was 18.5?
Robinson's 19.5.
I would lean Robinson, but even then, I feel like LaVisca's going to take that like receiving side from Robinson. That's a tough one. My vote's for James Robinson touchdown. I'm sure yours is Brandon Cooks related, right?
Probably. I mean, that's the only player I would even dream about betting in this game. But yeah, we can go the Jag himself, anytime touchdown at $2.10. And call it a day on this game. The Arizona Cardinals and Tennessee Titans, the much maligned Arizona Cardinals in my head. The Titans are favorites in this one by 3. For them to cover is $1.98. It's pretty good value. The over-under in this game has been bet up. It's up to 53.5 now. So everyone's expecting a lot of points in this one. The Tennessee Titans coming off, a season where their offense just scored at a monumental level. I think I heard on Warren Sharp's podcast, they average score per minute was 0.99. The league average is 0.57. To put that in perspective, they were like just ridiculous last year and the amount of touchdowns they scored. But anything you like from the side or total on this one?
I'm not as against the Cardinals as you are, but I just think the Titans are too good. Give me Titans to cover.
Titans to cover. I agree with you on that one. As far as anytime touchdown scores go, Derrick Henry's at $1.50. AJ Brown $2. Julio Jones $2.40. Tannehill $3.60. Josh Reynolds $4.50. Hopkins $2.10. Kyler Murray $2.30. Chase Edmonds $2.40. James Conner $3.75. AJ Green $4. And there's some other ones, obviously, that deeper down the line here. But anything as far as touchdown scores, I think Henry's the obvious choice. Henry 2 touchdowns, even, I think is not a bad play here. What are your thoughts?
No, I probably the 2 physical receivers and DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones. I like both of them to score in this one.
Interesting. I like it. All right, quarterback props. We got Tannehill's at 252.5 passing yards. Kyler Murray's at 261.5. Passing TDs, Tannehill over 1.5 is paying $1.68. I'm pretty sure that came through like every single week last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Here, let me look that up.
Kyler Murray over 1.5 touchdowns is paying $1.68 as well. I like that touchdown prop. Looking at the rushing, Derrick Henry's at 105.5, Kyler Murray's at 42.5, Tannehill's at 17.5, Chase Edmonds at 37.5, James Conner 27.5. So that's where your rushing yards lie. If I had Kyler Murray at 42.5, seems like a lot, but you never know. I mean, that's why we're betting.
So Tannehill hit that in 11 of 16 games.
Okay.
But I also like the Kyler Murray rush yards. And what is it at right now?
42.5.
Yeah. What is? I don't want to shame the book, but I got it at 2 yards above that.
You got it at 44.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been bet down. Then that's all that means.
Gotcha.
People have been taking the under, which is probably where I would lean as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how much he's going to be running around. He's definitely going to be running, but yeah, I don't know. I don't love it.
I just feel like his numbers dipped last year after that shoulder injury, but before then he was, I think he was like hitting at like an 80% clip.
Yeah, I feel you. Receiving props, we got Derrick Henry. Whoa, we are never playing a Derrick Henry receiving prop. I get it.
But there's cam video. There's cam video of him catching passes.
Bro, people think that he actually catches passes, but then they can go back and look, and it'd be like, no, 2 yards, no catches, 55 yards, no catches.
Yeah, no, we got Power Parlay got burnt by Henry twice like that, I think, last year.
Yeah. Christian Kirk is at 28.5. I kind of like it, but it's Christian Kirk. Chase Edmonds at 22.5 yards receiving, which seems super low. DeAndre Hopkins at 84.5, James Conner at 11.5, AJ Green 36.5, Rondale Moore, the fantasy Twitter's own Rondale Moore. Let's just put it that way.
Very much.
Max Williams at 13.5, Anthony Ferkser at 26.5. I mean, if fantasy Twitter is right about Rondale Moore, you would be putting the mortgage on that bet right there. But I will not be. So
I see a lot of people saying that Rondale Moore is going to be the number one waiver ad after week 1. So we'll see.
Interesting. AJ Brown's at 68.5. Jeff Swaim is at 7.5. If you're feeling frisky. Julio Jones at 66.5. So anything that jumps out there. We need a pick for the Power Parlay, so
we do.
We're only at $7.42 right now. We're not making a lot of money off Power Parlay.
No. I don't know. I really like Julio in this game, but I see Julio and AJ Brown with posting at least 70 yards each on this game too. So I also had Tannehill.
70 yards? Did you say 70?
Yeah.
I mean, we can go. We can go. I mean, we can go exactly 70 for AJ Brown, 70 plus, $1.91. And put that in. Julio 70 plus is $2. Chase Edmonds 25 plus is $1.91.
Let's go Julio over 70. You like that one or no?
Sure. I mean, he's not going to be any healthier than week 1, right?
Damn. Yeah, we gotta get him before he Sammy Watkins himself. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, you said it, not me.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting a big game from Julio, especially like I'm sure because he knows everybody's thinking he's probably washed. So, which by the way, I don't know why, but sounds like you might be on that side. But
no, I'm not. I'm just I'm kind of in a wait and see mode with this passing offense.
Do you feel safer with AJ Brown? Because I see both of them eclipsing 70 yards in this game.
I do feel safer with AJ Brown.
Let's go with AJ Brown because I feel good about both of them in this game.
Let's just look at what He's at 68.5. We'll just take the 68 over 68.5 for AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Put that one in. All right, that seems.
Look at this live collaboration, y'all. This live collaboration with me, compromise with Corey is great.
We got the Philadelphia Eagles and Atlanta Falcons. I kind of like this game. I think we'll learn a lot after this game. So the Eagles are paying $2.55 on the money line. Atlanta Falcons paying $1.52 on the money line. They are 3-point favorites in this one. The total in this game is at 48.5. So Atlanta played a lot of overs last year. The Eagles come in. I think there's a group that think the Eagles are going to be a lot better than people think they are. They got a veteran-laden team, to be honest. It just depends on how they rally around their new coach and the play of Jalen Hurts. So I think this game could honestly go either way, to be honest. I could see the Eagles pulling this one out in classic Falcons fashion, where they lose another one-score game in heartbreaking fashion. So
yeah.
It's probably a stay away for me, to be honest. I'm not loving either side here.
If I was to bet on this game, and I might just to take advantage of it, but I think I'd go Eagles money line. Because we don't know, like you said, that there's so much uncertainty, and especially on fantasy Twitter, you see a lot of talk about Jalen Hurts is the one. Jalen Hurts is also trash. What's up, Perry? You hear a lot of contradicting opinions on Jalen Hurts, especially is he a QB1 in fantasy? Is he just run of the mill type quarterback? I believe in Jalen Hurts, and I'm willing to take the value here with the money line. And the over too.
You heard it here first from the man.
I'm all right. A little sneak peek. You know what? I'm gonna make this bet right now. It's gonna do a 1-unit parlay on the Eagles money line and the over. I'm putting it in right now.
All right.
And if you guys want to jump on it, go to mybookie.com and use USN 100 to get 100% matching deposit
and $15 cash. You can put that
and $15 cash
straight on the Philadelphia Eagles. Boom. All right, cool. Anytime touchdown scores. Miles Sanders, my 4th-round pick in the FF Down Under Bowl. And no, I was not a Miles Sanders truther. I got auto-picked. All right.
He did not get auto-picked. I confirmed
14 leagues, man. What do you want from me? Time zones, I'm not great with. Miles, and I got Miles Sanders. All right, that's all I can say. Calvin Ridley at $2, Mike Davis $2.20, Kyle Pitts at $3, Russell Gage $3.40, Wayne Gallman $4.50, Devontae Smith $3.75, Goddard $4. Interesting. Jalen Reagor $4.50, Zach Ertz $5. Kez Watkins is at $5.50. Boston Scott $6, Gainwell $7.50. Touchdowns wise, Jalen Hurts is interesting at $3 for sure. I think I'll throw that out there, and Kyle Pitts as well at $3 are interesting to me. Anything touchdown scores wise interests you?
The only other one that would interest me would be Devontae Smith.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. You might like skinny receivers, but that's fair.
I used to be a skinny receiver.
Now I'm a tight end.
I see him. Well, I've definitely built myself up to where I'm like a skinny linebacker at this point.
You're a right guard.
I'm a Kelvin Benjamin now.
Quarterback props, we got Jalen Hurts at 240.5, Matt Ryan at 288.5. Passing TDs, Jalen Hurts to throw 2 touchdowns, $2.42. Matt Ryan to throw 2 touchdowns, $1.51. It's tough there with the passing yards. I think I would lean to Matt Ryan going over, but that's just it's a lot of yards. Jalen Hurts, I would lean under the 240.5, to be honest. Rushing props wise, got Jalen Hurts at 49.5, Miles Sanders at 65.5, Mike Davis at 44.5. Anything that jumps out there? Do you like the Hurts rushing yards at 49.5?
It's a little high for me at 49.5. In his performances at the end of the year, so when he started against New Orleans, He had 106, 63, and 69, and 34 against Washington. So it's a low number based on when he was a starter, but I don't know. I also feel like that also could have been with him just not being completely familiar with the playbook.
Yeah,
and probably running on the fly. So I like it, but not for the power parlay.
All right, that's fair call. Receiving wise, we got Miles Sanders at 13.5 yards receiving. Mike Davis at 16.5. He did catch a lot of passes last year. Devontae Smith at 43.5. Jalen Rieger at 40.5. Dallas Scott at 40.5. Ridley at 87.5. Russell Gage 50.5. Kyle Pitts at 47.5. Zach Ertz at 24.5. I love Kyle Pitts for some reason.
I like Kyle Pitts too. I love Kyle Pitts. Line right there. You know which other one I like?
Who?
The future RB1 of FF Down Under Corey's team.
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders. I definitely think he hits that because I know he was a kind of a disappointment last year in terms of fantasy, but he played his best games with Hurts under center, so might be a little bias on my side. He hit that in every single game that he played with Hurts. His least amount in those games was 21. So Hurts looked for him early and often.
So are we saying we're putting Miles Sanders in the power parlay?
To prevent you from vomiting, we could just go with Kyle Pitts because I love his receiving yard total.
All right, we're gonna put Kyle Pitts in there over 40.5 and try to be happy with that. And we got another guest jumping in, the one, the only FF Biscuits.
What's up, man?
How are you doing?
How are you?
Hey, doing well, guys. Sorry about the whole time zone thing. Sorry to be late, but happy to be here now.
That's my fault.
It's Corey's fault.
I'm in the future. I gotta figure that out, you know. So that's my fault.
Well, if you're in the future, this bet should be good, man.
Yeah. That's why it's a power parlay. It's gonna come through.
Corey's a Patriots fan. He's used to tampering with stuff, you know.
Oh, come on, man.
Classic.
All right, we're gonna get you right in here to our next game, which is gonna be the Chargers and the Washington football team. The Washington football team are 1.5 point favorites in this game. They're paying $1.76 on the money line. Chargers paying $2.07. Alex just picked the Eagles money line last game, so the Chargers in this game, I know it's going to be tempting for a lot of people. I can't do it yet. The total is at 44.5, with the over paying slightly less than the under, which is $1.89 right now. So we'll kick it to you first, Biscuits. Do you like the Chargers in this game, or is this kind of a stay away for you?
Yeah, I can't do it either, man. I'm all on the WFT here. I can't jump on the Chargers yet. That whole Eckler news, I know it said that he's probable to play, but might be on a snap count. That plus that front seven for Washington, I can't take the Chargers.
Yeah, what about you, Alex?
He wants
to take.
No. I was just gonna say, as much as I'm like an Herbert truther, I'm staying the hell away from this game. Chargers and spread bets to me, or even money line bets, where if you have heart conditions, don't bet on any Chargers or Falcons games. Just don't. Just stay away from it. It's not good for your health. So I'm staying away. No thanks.
I mean, that seems like sound advice. I think I'm staying away from this game as well as far as totals and sides go. I don't know what we're going to get. That's a new regime there at the Chargers, and having to go up against this Washington defense doesn't seem like a lot of fun. All right, touchdown markets. We got anytime touchdown scores. Eckler's at $2.30. No, I'm not doing that. Antonio Gibson's at $1.91. McLaurin at $2.75. Justin Jackson $2.30. Keenan Allen $2.50. Logan Thomas $3.30. Mike Williams $3.60. Adam Humphries $4.20. J.D. McKissick, one and only, $4.20. Jared Cook at $3.75. Anytime touchdown scores that jump out to you?
McKissick only sounds good because Samuel's on IR.
Well, McKissick always sounds good to me, but that's all right.
I like Gibson anytime.
What about you, Biscuits? You like any touchdown scores in this one?
Not on the Chargers side. Definitely not. I thought for a second that Jared Cook line actually sounds pretty nice. But at the same time, I can't pick anyone on the Chargers offense, so I'm staying away.
I mean, Donald Parham, the 6'9" tight end, $8. It's not bad.
The number one waiver ad after week 14.
Jared Patterson, look at this. Jared Patterson's at 23-1. If he's active, I don't hate that either. Just as a flyer. But yeah, we'll move on from touchdown score is not going into this power parlay for this game. So we got Ryan Fitzpatrick passing yards at 263.5. Justin Herbert's at 257.5, which seems fairly low for him. Herbert passing TDs over 1.5, paying $1.73. Ryan Fitzpatrick over 1.5 touchdown passes is at $1.96. So some decent value there. Anything that you like there with the passing?
Personally, no. I'm staying away from these.
My only ones that I like, I'm not a passing on this one, but I've got some receiving, I think, reception props that I would like.
All right, let's get to. We'll do rushing first quickly. Antonio Gibson at 60.5. Eckler's at 49.5. Herbert's at 12.5. Fitzpatrick's at 11.5. I will definitely be having some Fitzpatrick rushing yards prop somewhere. It won't be in a power parlay, but yeah. McKissick's at 13.5. Rushing. Yeah, there's not a lot I love there. I know there's a lot of Gibson truthers out there. So if you love Gibson, I mean, that's a smash spot there for 60.5. But yeah, it's not going to be
actually.
me.
You know what? That Eckler under doesn't sound awful. If he truly is limited in some way, then that's not a bad bet.
Yeah, it's not. I think that's probably the sharper way to go about it. I think a lot of people will say, "Oh, Eckler's playing," and they'll just bet the over. Receiving yards wise, got Gibson at 17.5, Logan Thomas at 42.5, Keenan Allen 54.5, Eckler's at 33.5, which I liked before the news. I hate it now. Mike Williams at 37.5, Jared Cook 32.5, McLaurin 69.5, Adam Humphries at 34.5. And we got Josh Palmer at 27.5 and J.D. McKissick at 27.5. You said you like some receptions. What receptions are you on this game?
Give me all of the Logan Thomas reception props. Give me the over on it. That linebacking core is not great for the Chargers in terms of coverage ability, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is a monster. So give me all the Logan Thomas reception overs.
Well,
I think even his reception total was pretty low, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was actually. I mean, 42.5 is pretty low.
Yeah. So give me that, and then give me total receptions too.
Yeah, over 3.5 is paying $1.60 for Logan Thomas there. Alex, are you gonna put Logan Thomas in a power parlay?
I do like Logan Thomas here as well. I like Gibson as well. And now with Curtis Samuel being put on IR, I think McKissick is definitely going to get over 27.5 receiving yards.
All right. Do we put both in? We can put both in.
Oh, God. No.
All right.
Not both.
We'll go Logan Thomas. All right. Logan Thomas is going in power parlay. And if it fails because of Logan Thomas, we'll just we'll have to yell at Biscuits over there.
I'll Venmo you.
All right,
that's a lock if I ever heard it.
The next game we got is the 49ers at Detroit Lions. 49ers are big 8.5-point favorites in this game. I think it's hard not to take the 49ers in this game. I know Dan Campbell wants to bite off kneecaps and everything, but it's really hard not to bet the 49ers in this game. The over under is 45.5 right now. I'd probably lean under, and I'd probably lean to the 49ers covering this one, winning by double digits. So what are your thoughts on the Saturday totals, guys?
I'm with you on that. On lean with the 8.5 and jumping on the under. Yeah, you could have had the. At one point, I saw a book go down to 6.5 with the 49ers when it started. So, yeah, that's why I got to jump on these lines early.
Definitely.
I genuinely don't think the Lions are going to be as bad as everyone says they are, but I am with you guys that this isn't the matchup one. So definitely San Fran minus 8.5.
Yeah, I think that's pretty consensus, but I feel like it might be too consensus.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
I'll switch it. I'll switch mine. I'll go back to the Lions.
The line's just plus 8.5. I think.
Yeah.
Is the sharp play here, and that might even go up. I'm not sure. If that stays there, but yeah, 8.5 is a lot of points in the NFL. Anytime touchdown scores, got Mostert, Kittle, Ayuk as the favorites. Trey Sermon coming in at $2.75. Deebo Samuel down the ways at $3.10. For the Lions, it's Swift at $2.60. Then we got Jamal Williams at $3.75. I think has some value. TJ Hawkinson at $3.75. Very interesting. Tyrell Williams $4.50. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God himself, at $6. So some interesting spots there with the anytime touchdown scores. Quarterback props, we got Jared Goff at 223.5, Jimmy Garoppolo at 224.5. Passing touchdowns, Goff to throw 2 touchdowns is paying $2.37. Jimmy Garoppolo over 1.5 touchdowns or 2 touchdowns is $1.64. Anything that jumps out there? Just yes, no, probably not.
No, thank you.
I think I like Ayuk for the anytime touchdown. I don't think Detroit's secondary is necessarily their strong suit, so I don't think Ayuk's a bad bet.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've had my qualms with Ayuk, but it's a new year. It's a new year.
Oh, jeez.
It's a new year still on the McKissick train, so how much is really changing?
True.
I know, seriously.
All right, we got DeAndre Swift rushing yards at 43.5, Mostert's at 65.5, Sermon's at 41.5, Jamal Williams at 29.5. Deebo Samuel rushing yards is at 6.5. If you're liking those jet sweeps. Jared Goff's at 5.5. Yeah, anything that jumps out there? I know that Deebo Samuel looks juicy at 6.5.
Yeah, they definitely like to get their receivers involved like that, but
you're counting on what? 2 carries?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe one.
Mostert is tempting only because I just really don't know how many looks they're gonna give Sermon. So lean on Mostert, but I don't know if I want that for the power parlay.
Man, yeah, I think it's tough. Let's look at receiving real quick. Hawkinson's at 43.5, Tyrell Williams 46.5, St. Brown's at 37.5, Kittle's at 63.5, Samuel 46.5, Ayuk at 48.5, DeAndre Swift at 20.5, Jamal Williams at 9.5, Quintus Cephas at 19.5, Khalif Raymond at 21.5. We're getting real down the line here. Raheem Mostert at 10.5, Trey Sermon at 8.5, Kyle Juszczyk 5.5, Mohamed Sanu 19.5. That's a lot of receivers that are potential receivers in this game. Anything. We need one. We need one play from this game.
I mean, game script supports DeAndre Swift getting those receiving yards.
Are we?
I mean, Hawkinson would be the other one. I had that on my list. But I also don't know if I want to go with the main target either for the Detroit Lions.
There has been, obviously the 49ers know that Hawkinson's their main threat. So that one scares me a little bit because I think the 49ers do have the linebackers to cover him. Maybe Ayuk, 48.5. Or do we
It's tempting. It's very tempting. Ayuk or DeAndre Swift. Those are the two I'll put up in the air for you guys to help me decide.
What do you think, Biscuits?
I just like the IU touchdowns. I don't know how much I'm expecting Sam Fran to actually throw the ball. So if I pick between those two, I'm definitely going Swift.
Oh, this is tough sledding for me right now. What if we win Jamal Williams rushing yards?
Yeah, that one's also. Does Jamal Williams have a passing yard, receiving yards rather?
We named 45 people. He should. Yeah, 9.5.
Yeah.
That's. It is so tempting because Jamal Williams is definitely going to get some looks in the passing game.
And you really only need one with that.
Yeah, you just need one catch, really. Maybe two, and even then, I see.
For betting Swift, I'm worried. Like, they've been saying all week, oh yeah, he's gonna play, but then first carry, and then he like limps off. Like DeAndre Swift's limping off to the sideline.
I thought you were gonna mention. I thought you were gonna mention that case that was the rumor mill on Twitter for like a day.
No. But yeah,
you just arrest him on the field.
That'd be crazy. I feel like Jamal Williams is pretty safe. They're definitely going to get Jamal Williams involved in this game. 9.5 is really low.
You just need one with 9.5.
29.5 yards rushing is really low as well.
I don't know if I really want to touch any of the Detroit rushing props. If I'm being honest.
I think I'm with Alex.
10 carries for 28, man.
Yeah. If you assume game script is going to go the way we all think it is, then Jamal Williams is going to catch at least a ball or two.
Yeah.
And at that point, he just breaks one screen.
We're putting Jamal Williams on the power.
Jamal Williams is going in.
Jamal Williams and J.D. McKissick.
Oh, God. This is Corey's dream dynasty right here.
Man. All right. We're moving on from that game. We're going to the Seattle Seahawks to the Seattle Seahawks and the Indianapolis Colts. Seahawks are 3-point favorites on the road. Totals at 48.5. I like the Seahawks. I know this is a tough Colts front, but I think they're just going to let Russ cook, and I'm not betting against Russell Wilson. So how do you guys see this game?
Is it the first 8 games of the season?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Then I'm going Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
If this is in the second half, I'm not touching anything with the Seahawks. Yeah. Seahawks with spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair call. Anytime touchdown scores, we got Metcalf 220, Carson 230, Lockett 237, Alex Collins at $4, Rashad Penny at $4, Gerald Everett $4.50. On the other side of the ball, I got Jonathan Taylor at $2, Michael Pittman at $3.10, Naheem Hines at $4, Zach Pascal. My prediction is that Zach Pascal.
I could have guessed that. I was literally about to say if you didn't mention him, if you didn't mention it, I was like, come on, man, your affinity with Zach's on this week's parlay, this week's props, man. Zach Miles, Zach Wilson.
Zach Pascal, $4.33. Marlon Mack at $5. Jack Doyle, $4.50. So those are the anytime touchdown props. Looking here at
real quick, I'm gonna actually bet this, but I think Paris Campbell gets in the end zone, and I like the value that he has there.
Paris Campbell is paying $5.
Yeah,
not bad.
I believe he scored in his only game last year.
Yeah, it's fair. All right, passing yards. We got Carson Wentz at 242.5, Russell Wilson at 269.5. Wentz to throw over 1.5 touchdowns is paying $2.42. Russell Wilson to throw over 1.5 touchdowns is paying $1.51. I would probably lean to the over Wilson passing yards. This D line for the Colts is really good. The whole front seven is really good. I think for the Seahawks to win this game, they need Wilson to throw the ball. So I like the over 269.5 with Wilson. Rushing props wise, we got Jonathan Taylor at 72.5, Carson at 56.5. Chris Carson at 56.5, Carson Wentz at 12.5 yards rushing, Russell Wilson at 24.5 yards rushing. he always felt like he got his rushing yards last year, but Naheem Hines is at 17.5 yards rushing. Anything that stands out with those rushing yards?
I'll look up Russell Wilson's rushing stats last season. So what was the line at while I have the page open?
It's at 24.5. It's not terrible. Chris Carson's line is pretty low as well, 56.5.
He hit it in 9 of 7. I mean, 9 out of the 16 games. And in the notorious first 8 games of the season, he hit it 6 times. So Russ likes to run early on, so it's tempting.
It is tempting. Receiving yards wise, we got Jonathan Taylor at 11.5. That seems. Can you check Jonathan Taylor?
That just sounds amazing.
Yeah. Tyler Lockett is at 67.5. Chris Carson's at 15.5. That seems low as well. DK Metcalf 76.5. Naheem Hines at 24.5. That seems low as well. I like way too many things in this game already. Will Disley at 15.5. Gerald Everett at 24.5. Jack Doyle 21.5. Zach Pascal, one and only, 41.5. Paris Campbell at 29.5. Michael Pittman at 50.5.
Did you say Zach Pascal is at 41.5?
Yep.
That's insane.
That is definitely insane.
Zach Pascal over 3.5 receptions, ladies and gentlemen. That's my personal preference. $2.
Corey, do you have stock in this book?
I will definitely be betting that. Zach Pascal over 3.5 receptions, by the way.
By the way, Jonathan Taylor hit that in 8 games last year. His 11.5.
The only issue
when he really became the workhorse, though, he hit that 3 out of 7 games.
Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't get it. His receptions are only at 1.5. I feel like he gets 3 balls. I know. I
do feel like they involve him more in the passing game. Metcalf, no, a little higher. Lockett, I don't know. I don't know if I want heartburn on Sunday. Jonathan Taylor, I'm. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, what's Hines' reception total?
His reception total is, let's see, 12 receptions. Is that 3.5?
Yeah. If he was 2.5, I think that's easy.
Yeah.
3.5, I don't think is that bad. But if Jonathan Taylor's 1.5, I think that's a lot better.
Yeah.
What's Hines' receiving yards total at?
24.5.
He hit that in 8 games last year, so half of them. If we're gonna take a shot, I don't hate going Jonathan Taylor over 11.5.
All right, we're putting it in. Jonathan Taylor over 11.5 receiving.
He's gonna hit stick Bobby Wagner and get us that extra 1 yard to get us a 12 yard. His only reception will be 12 yards.
Sounds perfect. All right, Minnesota Vikings versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I actually look forward to this game. I don't know why. Must be a closet Bengals fan. I think it's just my Joe Mixon love that comes out. The Vikings are paying $1.60 on the money line. They are 3-point favorites on the road as Mike Zimmer goes back to Cincinnati. The total in this game is 47.5, and I like the Vikings to cover.
I like Vikings to cover, and I also like the over on this one. Bengals got mouths to feed.
I'm going to be contrarian. I'm going to go Bengals cover. I think the Bengals cover it. Yeah, I am crossing my fingers that Cincinnati knew what they were doing when they picked a receiver over a tackle, and that line comes back healthy and actually protects Burrow. And I think if that's the case, it turns into a shootout, and I could see them covering.
All right. I mean, we'll see. I like the Vikings because I say, like, the Vikings are going to be a playoff team. They have to win this game. So I think we'll learn a lot because their schedule is absolutely brutal, just all year long. So they need this game as much as anyone needs a game, but Minnesota needs to beat the Bengals.
Wait, you don't think Joe Mixon's going to have 300 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns?
Oh, he's definitely going to. Captain Kirk Cousins will have to have a game here. So, quarterback prop. Speaking of quarterbacks, Joe Burrow's at 264.5. Kirk Cousins at 256.5 for passing yards. Joe Burrow to throw 2 touchdowns is paying $1.77. Kirk Cousins to get over that 1.5 line and throw 2 touchdowns is paying $1.64. The alt line on Kirk Cousins, $2.75, $2.37. No, okay. Joe Mixon's rushing yards is at 65.5. It's paying $1.79 at the moment. Dalvin Cook over 96.5 yards is paying $1.88. Joe Burrow's at 7.5 yards rushing. Kirk Cousins at 7.5 yards rushing as well. I would lean to the over on Mixon, but the value, you're losing a little bit of value. I think a lot of people are betting that at the moment. Dalvin Cook is interesting, 96.5.
I like that one.
He's a beast, as we know. So, receiving props wise, you got Tyler Boyd at 50.5, CJ Uzoma at 22.5, Joe Mixon, our favorite pick here, 22.5 yards receiving. No Gio Bernard. He's got to catch the ball, right? T. Higgins, 59.5. Jamar Chase at 49.5. Adam Thielen, 58.5. Tyler Conklin at 24.5. Dalvin Cook, 22.5. Justin Jefferson at 78.5. Are we doing the Mixon?
Look at him checking the Joe Mixon receptions real quick. I like Mixon. I like Mixon here, and I like Tyler Boyd. I think he's going to continue to get a lot of looks in this offense. So 15.5 seems like an easy one for him.
I was actually going to say I think I'm going to upset Alex and side with Corey here, but Joe Mixon looks good. I'm all over Joe Mixon's rushing total and receiving total.
And just shout out to Steven. No, you did not miss. It's not a 10-teamer. It's a power parlay. We have a prop for every single game.
Corey, well, I try to do my own little mini power parlay, and it capped me at 10. So our American books do not want us to prosper.
Wow. Well, we get up to 20. So if you want to throw something else in there.
By the way, look at my number 2 in this game, Joe Mixon over receiving yards. So I'm with you guys on the Mixon. I got it at 23.5.
And I missed Logan's comment earlier. He'd go with Wilson once his injury point. Yeah. We're all on that. We're on board with that. So, so we're gonna add Mixon in, $1.93. Look at that value, guys. Joe Mixon, $1.93. Easy in the power parlay. We're up to 340 to 1 odds on the power parlay so far, and we still
all right, let's pay that mortgage.
All right, Dolphins versus my favorite team, the New England Patriots. The Patriots are 3-point favorites in this one. $1.80 to cover the line. $1.54 on the money line. I like the Patriots. I'm not sold on Mac Jones. Shocker. I'm not eating. Well, let's just see Mac Jones, but I think they're just going to run the ball in this one. I think Damian Harris is going to be a beast. I think Stevenson plays in this game. Yeah. What you guys like the Dolphins, don't you? Don't you dare do this.
Wait, Corey, didn't you get Mac 10 tattooed on your back?
No, I did not.
No, I actually do like the Patriots here to cover the spread. I just think Bill Belichick will still get into Tua's head with this being his second year under center, basically. I like Bill Belichick playing mind games with Tua on this one, so give me the Patriots.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think Miami money line is my bet of the week here.
Oh,
so
are you serious?
I'm going Miami to cover the spread. Miami money line. I don't think Mac Jones is any good. I'll put that on video now so I can get slammed for it later in the season. But everyone talked about how good Mac Jones was in the preseason. But I watched those games and all of his passes were like either a check down or a 2-yard drag. I mean, it took like one deep shot here and there, but they were all just thinking dunks. So, give me Miami.
Steven, I want you to know that by putting it out like that and saying it that way, I said that about Herbert, and now I'm a believer. And I think a month ago I still got a DM of like, hey, weren't you against Herbert? And I'm like, here we go. New
Well,
information.
also-
Mind changed. I'm a believer.
It's okay. It's okay to have.
Drafted Mac Jones in enough dynasty leagues to cover my bases there in case I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely okay to have your opinion, actually move over time after you get more information. That's fine. Like I said, I'm not totally sold on them either. So, anytime touchdown scores, Damian Harris at $2.20 looks too juicy to pass up. So I'll definitely be on that at some point.
Yep.
Miles Gaskin $3, Gesicki at $3.25, Devontae Parker $3.40, Jalen Waddle $4.50, Malcolm Brown at $5.50. On the Patriots side, we got, like I said, Damian Harris $2.20, Jacoby Myers $2.88, Hunter Henry $3.10, Aguilar, my guy, $3.10. I'm already on Aguilar. I tweeted that out earlier in the week. So
he's not going to play. Watch, Corey. He's not going to play.
Oh, he's fine.
I hope so. He's in one lineup.
Mac Jones at 223.5. Tua rebuilt his image this offseason. He's at 233.5.
Rebuilt his image.
I mean, look, they're still trying to trade for Watson. I don't know what's going on over there.
That made me feel so weird about my Tua shares. I was like, oh man, did I overcommit on this?
Like, wait, I just bought like 15 of his rookie cards. What's happening right now? Mac Jones to throw 2 touchdowns is paying $2.33. Tua to throw 2 touchdowns is paying $2.12. So not a lot of passing touchdowns expected in this one, apparently. Anything that jumps out there, guys? The passing yards? They're pretty low for both.
I'm staying away, to be honest.
Pretty low for both, and I'd still take the under, I think, on both.
So you just think it's going to be an ugly game, right?
I think it's going to be a Damian Harris just slugfest.
Yeah.
The Damian Harris anytime touchdown I'm putting as soon as we jump off of this.
Yeah, I might just open a tab right now and just put that in real quick.
Yeah.
We got Damian Harris at 69.5 yards rushing, Miles Gaskin at 44.5, Tua's at 13.5. That's pretty much all I got for rushing props. It's not a whole lot. Receiving wise, we got Jacoby Myers at 49.5, Devontae Parker 48.5, Gesicki at 39.5, Jonnu Smith 28.5, Hunter Henry 27.5, Miles Gaskin at 19.5, Jalen Waddle 36.5, Damian Harris receiving yards at 3.5. Oh man, that's hilarious.
It's a trap.
Aguilar's off the board now, so I already got it earlier in the week. I believe I got it at 28.5. So
looks like I gotta adjust my lineup in that fantasy league then if he's not available.
Well, yeah, we need to check the injury report as well and see what happens. But that'll probably be out closer to game time. So are we just gonna put Damian Harris anytime in the power parlay?
Yeah,
I just did it.
All right. So
followed Alex's advice and just opened up a tab.
I mean, we just put Damian Harris. Look, we can go just Damian Harris 3 touchdowns, 31-1. Boom. No.
All right, Corey. Let's. I'm Damian Harris season 2, but I don't know about that one.
We'll do one. All right, my bad. I got a little too excited. The next game we have is the Cleveland Browns.
Damian Harris popped up. I went to go build a Damian Harris touchdown prop, and it said 3 plus paying 2,600 to 1. Oh no! I might just do it for fun.
$3. The Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. This game's gonna be awesome. I did a AFC North preview. I took the Browns to win the division. I did not go in thinking that I would like the Browns as much as I did. As you know, I'm a closet Ravens fan as a Patriot fan, which is weird. But
you're a closet fan for a lot of teams, Corey. Let's not just act like it's one.
It's more players, to be honest. Like Lamar Jackson, Mixon. Like, all right. That's enough.
I respect it. Anyway. I respect it.
The Cleveland Browns.
I'm a Steelers fan, and I'm a huge Lamar fan, so I can't disagree with you there.
Yeah, like I'm jealous of Biscuit's jersey right now. I just want
yeah. Wrap him in bubble wrap.
I'll
Yes,
change
please.
into my Justin Tucker jersey if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, I don't like him as much.
Oh wow,
What?
Strong
Mr.
feelings about a kicker.
Yeah,
Yeah, strong feelings. I don't like him. Cleveland
Corey,
Browns are.
Corey's still sticking up for Vinatieri. That's why.
Yeah, of course, he's the GOAT. Cleveland Browns are 5.5 point underdogs in this one. They're $3 on the money line, $3.04 if you're keeping track at home. The total in this game is 54.5. I still like the over, even though it's the squarest play of all time. Yeah, what do you guys like the side or a total on this one?
Just call me SpongeBob because I'm going with the over.
As much as I want to take the Browns, because I really do, I have to go Chiefs and over. That's that. But
Yeah,
I want to take the Browns so bad.
it's hard to bet against Mahomes and be sitting there like, hope Mahomes doesn't score on this drive.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling. So yeah, I get that. As far as anytime touchdown scores go for the Browns, we got Chubb at $1.72, Kareem Hunt $2.50, Odell at $2.60, Jarvis Landry $2.80, Rashard Higgins at $2.80 as well, Austin Hooper at $3.75. For the Chiefs, we got Tyreek Hill at $1.62, Travis Kelce $1.67. Both of those are gross. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at $2, McCole Hardman $3.25, Joe Williams $3.75, Mahomes $4.33. And then we got Byron Pringle and Demarcus Robinson at $4.50. So I don't see tons of value. Maybe Nick Chubb at $1.72, but
OBJ.
It's not fun. Yeah, I mean, I like OBJ, but anytime touchdown, OBJ, $2.60. It's worth a shot.
I would take that. I would definitely take that.
It's worth a shot. Quarterback props wise, we got Mahomes passing yards at 312.5.
Oh, jeez.
$1.88.
He's gonna crush it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the way you beat this team, obviously. And Mayfield's at 257.5. He's probably going to go over that, just trying to play catch up. Mahomes over 2.5 touchdowns is paying $1.82. Mayfield over 1.5 touchdowns paying $1.82. So I like both. Like, there's a lot to like in this game. I like Mahomes passing yards. I like Mayfield's passing yards probably. Mahomes touchdowns, Mayfield touchdowns. Rushing props wise, we got Mahomes 14.5 yards rushing, Nick Chubb at 71.5, Kareem Hunt 33.5, Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 48.5, Mayfield at 7.5. Anything we like there, or are we gonna just go move on to receiving?
You know what I actually like from that? I actually like the Mahomes rushing. Without doing any research, maybe Alex could help me with that. I think Mahomes rushing total is pretty low considering they revamped that entire line. I mean, he might scramble for his life and get over 14.
I mean, I think Alex, did you tweet out that you were already on Mahomes over?
Yeah, I actually locked that one in the other day at 13.5. Let's see.
So Alex likes it, so it probably means that I don't like it.
10 out of 16 games he hit that, and only. And the one game that it was like a close one was 6 that he had 16. So I like that one. I definitely think he's early on in the season. He'll probably move around the pocket, but I'm leaning Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Probably not for the power parlay, but seems kind of low. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense why I like that, but I have a feeling he'll get past that.
All right. Well, moving on to receiving yards, because that's definitely not going to power parlay.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire left the chat.
Tyreek Hill over 83.5, Travis Kelce 87.5, Nick Chubb 12.5, Kareem Hunt 16.5, Jarvis Landry 57.5, Odell Beckham 52.5, Donovan Peoples-Jones at 25.5, McCole Hardman 38.5, Clyde Edwards-Helaire 17.5, Joku 15.5, Austin Hooper 34.5. So, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is more interesting on the passing side. I think 17.5 is fairly low. I like McCole Hardman over 38.5. It's paying $1.83 at the moment, so there's some movement on the over already. Anything there that jumps out? Kareem Hunt 16.5 receiving yards.
Kareem
I'm
Hunt.
going to take gonna pick the most boring one out of everything you listed. I think Austin Hooper's over looks pretty good, considering Kansas City's linebackers aren't great. But it's gonna be boring to watch.
Oh man.
Austin Hooper at 34.5.
For the record, my number one is still Mahomes rushing yards, but
yeah, that's definitely my number one. And to
Right,
Corey's
fine,
dismay,
guys.
to Corey's dismay.
I feel the peer pressure. Mahomes is going in the power parlay. All right.
Well, I think it's fair the AFC North kind of put some peer pressure on the Patriots fan right now.
All right.
About time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is about time you guys put some pressure. No, I'm kidding. Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. The Broncos are 3-point favorites on the road, which is very interesting. The total in this game is 41.
RIP lock season.
No. At least we don't have to have that conversation anymore.
Yeah.
I'm leaning the Giants plus the 3, but it's obviously not a sexy pick or fun to bet on the Giants. So there you go. You guys like anything in this one as far as besides the totals?
I'm staying away till I see what the Giants offense looks like.
Yeah. But I mean, I think I like the under, which is 41.5 low, but I mean, neither offense is very good, and both defenses are actually pretty good. So I'll take the under.
All right. We're gonna have to try to find something to put in this power play.
Oh god, this is gonna be the test. This is gonna be the real test right here.
Anytime touchdown scores, we got Melvin Gordon at $2.50, Javonte Williams $3, Sutton $3.25, Judy $3.60. Giants side, we got Barkley at $2.10, Galladay $3.60, Shepard $3.75, Kyle Rudolph $4.50, Darius Slayton $5, Devontae Booker at $5. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Is Denver's defense on there at plus like 2,000 or something? I'll just take that.
Yeah, they are 8 to 1. Yeah.
Not for the power parlay, but that's probably my best pick as to who's going to score.
Denver D special teams. Yeah, it seems like a fair call. Daniel Jones passing yards at 218.5. That is brutal.
That is so brutal.
Teddy Bridgewater's at 247.5. Daniel Jones 218.5. I don't want to.
I'm not touching Daniel Jones in any capacity. Corey, I could have no quarterbacks on my roster. Daniel Jones is on the waiver. I'm not touching him.
I'm doing some research on that one. That's too low, Alex.
It is. But do you really want to put our mortgage on Daniel Jones?
All right, maybe it's not too low. He had a couple 100-yard games last year.
Oh gosh.
He had 5 games where he was under 200 yards. So, yeah, it's not. I see where they're coming from.
I kind of like this Denver defense a little bit more than I think the public does. So I would probably stay away from Daniel Jones. But that is a very low line. That's a super low line, though.
Yeah. So we're going to stay away from passing TDs, obviously. We're going to just go to rushing props because we're not putting any quarterbacks in here. Daniel Jones rushing yards, he's going to break one, 19.5.
that I could actually see more than passing yards.
Teddy Bridgewater's at 12.5 yards rushing. Saquon's at 55.5. Melvin Gordon at 48.5. Javonte Williams at 39.5. Saquon at 55.5 is interesting. I know
so tempting.
Maybe on some kind of snap count because they do play, or you might not. I don't know.
He just got cleared. They announced it like I want to say 30 minutes ago that he's clear. He's set to.
Right, they play Thursday as well, which is the only thing.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah, it's gross.
Damn Vegas and their lines.
Yeah, Vegas. After that Kansas game, I was just like, I just started shaking my head again. It's like Kansas failed to cover by 1 point the other day. So, I was like,
or Coastal did cover by 1 point.
Yeah, or yeah.
Yeah, I had Ohio State minus 14 last week, so all of the hullabaloo to just push. It was great.
Yeah. So we got receiving yards. Sterling Shepard's at 52.5, which seems high.
Wow,
he's only
that's very high.
That's
Darius Slayton at 37.5. Kenny Galladay's at 40.5.
Oh my! Why is he so low?
I don't know.
How is Shepard higher than Galladay?
Like that much higher. 12 and a half yards. 12 yards higher. That's crazy. Fant at 39.5, Jerry Jeudy at 50.5, Melvin Gordon 11.5, Javonte Williams at 12.5, Saquon at 20.5, Kyle Rudolph at 17.5. All right, we got to come up with something.
Is there like a total tackles that we can bet on?
I think there is actually.
Not on this book. There's not.
What's Judy's receiving yards at again?
Are we doing Judy 50.5?
Oh, you want beat reporter speak?
No,
because Bridgewater leaned to Judy, so I don't know.
What if we just did under Shepard 52.5?
Yes, that sounds wonderful.
That does sound wonderful.
You just don't like unders. That's Alex's problem.
Unders are just I got really screwed by unders at the end of last season, so I kind of have a little betting traumatic stress disorder. But honestly, the Shepard one is so high. Do you think the Shepard one is up because Ingram is out, and I don't think Kyle Rudolph's going to be that? Him or Smith are going to be like targeted as much.
The underneath kind of guy.
Yeah,
possibly.
Because at the end of last year, like Shepard was a fun one with the receptions. If you both are on the Sterling Shepard under, I'll face my fear.
I just think even with Ingram out, that defense is good enough that they're not going to let Daniel Jones pass for 50+ yards to a receiver. So I would still go under.
I just feel like the only receiver I see getting over 50 yards is Galladay because he's just so great with the ball in the air. So I'd probably just go under with.
Well, let's just go over on Galladay then.
Are you okay with that, Steven?
It's not my mortgage.
Oh man.
Yeah, go ahead and root for Daniel Jones, man, if that's what you want to do.
Dude, I literally just don't want to even touch Daniel Jones. You know what? I think it's going to be 100. I think it's going to be like an under 200-yard game for Jones, regardless. I think it's going to be one of those duds. I don't know. This Giants offense has been just a train wreck to read about over training camp and preseason.
All right, Noah Fant, 39.5.
I wouldn't even touch that either, personally. And I was Noah Fant all year. All year last year, I was Noah Fant. Not anymore. Not yet. That's. Oh man, this is a tough one here.
Melly Gordon.
Oh god, do I really want to put my mortgage on Melly Gordon? Oh man. Let's get creative here. No, get away from the quarterbacks.
Bridgewater, 2.5, 2 touchdowns.
That's the only one I actually liked out of all the passing props, to be honest. But
we just go under. And we totally just puss out. Let's go under Sterling Shepard. You guys had that early on. It was the right read. It was just my PTSD pushing you guys back. So let's go with it. And we're locking ourselves into a Daniel Jones, Sterling Shepard bomb first play of the game, 55 yards.
I swear, if it's a 53-yard touchdown in the first play of the game, I'm gonna drink myself to sleep that night.
All right, we got the Packers and the Saints. This is being played in Jacksonville. The Packers are 3.5-point favorites. Obviously, the Saints dealing with a lot of stuff from Hurricane Ida, and the Saints are paying $2.52 on the money line. Anytime touchdown scores. We got Devontae Adams at $1.80, Aaron Jones $1.83, Tanyan $3, AJ Dillon $3.75. On the New Orleans side, we got Kamara $1.67, Marcus Callaway $3.10. My favorite little guy, Deontay Harris, $3.75. Taysom Hill, $3.75, which is I always bet.
Favorite little guy.
Corey, can I have
He's
a
so
list
little.
of your favorite under the radar players from every team?
Yeah, random NFL players. Tony Jones Jr. at $5. So
That's tempting.
anytime touchdown scores for you guys on that one?
So first of all, is Deontay Harris even playing? I thought he had some issues, but I guess he's not suspended.
No, I don't think he's suspended.
Okay. Well, never mind.
Is he trying to use human growth hormone because he's so short?
Jeez.
Oh, no, he had DUI.
He did DUI. Yeah, he did DUI. I thought. I didn't know if he was going to get suspended for it.
We've already spoke way too much about Deontay Harris, so
I know, really. This is the betting podcast, not the sleepers on fantasy right now.
All right, Jameis Winston passing yards at 259.5. Aaron Rodgers at 279.5. Aaron Rodgers throw 3 touchdowns is $2.26. James Winston to throw 2 touchdowns is paying $2.05. So a lot of good value there. Rushing wise, we got Kamara at 57.5 yards rushing. Aaron Jones at 51.5. Aaron Rodgers 9.5. AJ Dillon 26.5. James Winston at 8.5. Tony Jones Jr. at 24.5. Receiving wise, got Kamara at 46.5. Devontae Adams 87.5. Robert Tonyan 29.5. Aaron Jones 20.5. MVS 38.5. Lazard 20.5. Randall Cobb 35.5. Deontay Harris had 38.5. Marquez Callaway 47.5. Little Jordan Humphrey at 30.5. Adam Troutman at 13.5. So lots of guys to throw against the wall there.
Troutman's healthy? I thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got carted off in the preseason, but he's playing.
Wow.
No Jawan.
Yeah.
No Jawan. Is it Jawan Johnson on here? It's disappointing.
Yeah, Jawan Johnson. Yeah. Well, I'm sure once Troutman came in there, they probably took it off because everybody was going to go under.
Devontae Adams seems like a lock to me. 37.5.
Yep.
I think so too. He's just matchup proof.
They got one cornerback in New Orleans, and doesn't matter if they have a cornerback or not because Devontae Adams is a problem.
Yeah, unless it's Mike Evans,
Yeah.
they're fine.
If it's not him, the only other one I like there is big old Bob Tonyan. It's probably because you said it was 20 something, right? For Bob.
Yeah, it's 29.5.
29. Yeah. If it's not, I think Adams is definitely the play, but if it's not him, then I think Tanyan's line looks really good.
What was AJ Dillon's rush yards at? Not for the power parlay, but just curious.
He's at 26.5.
I like that actually. I feel like they're gonna get him involved. So I think 30 yards you can definitely expect from AJ Dillon at least.
All right. Well, Adams is going in the power parlay, and we're moving on from the Green Bay game. We're going to Sunday night, which is the Bears and the Rams. I like the Rams in this game going away. I think the Bears are going to be terrible.
I swear you were an Andy Dalton truther last year.
No, I wasn't. I'm a Darrell Henderson truther, though. Let's go.
Yes, you are. You have been. Oh, no way?
No, I said someone sent me one.
Oh, I thought you said someone sent me one. I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
I like the Rams in this game. And I think, Stafford throws all over them. So
I'm going to do something that will completely bite me. I'm taking the Bears as long as it's over a touchdown against the spread.
It is.
I think I think I'm taking the Bears as long as it stays above 7.
Look at you, sharp man of the year.
That's really dumb, but I think their defense isn't as bad as their offense. I think they can hold.
Did Biscuits give you that pick?
No. It was Biscuit's birthday yesterday, so she's still recovering from her birthday hangover.
Oh. Birthday hangover.
Will she be making an appearance tomorrow on Twitter?
She can. I should definitely get a biscuits pick going for next. You're right.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
definitely need to
Hey,
do
you know
that.
what? I'll have her pick this game. I'll have her pick Bears Rams tomorrow on Twitter.
Oh, there's gonna be some collusion for sure.
You should pick a safer game.
Yeah, I'll have her pick Broncos Giants, and she'll just turn away.
Oh, that would be great. She just looks, turns around, throws up.
Yeah.
All right. Looking at anytime touchdown scores, got Montgomery at 250, Allen Robinson 288, Cole Kmet 450, Damian Williams 550, Darnell Mooney, the heartthrob of underground fantasy Twitter, 550. Daryl Henderson's at $1.91, Robert Woods at 237, Cooper Kupp 270, Tyler Higbee 288, Sony Michel, the lost son himself at $3.10, Deshaun Jackson at 375. Van Jefferson, my guy, 750. Sneaky.
You sound like a WWE guy, Corey, where you have like a nickname for every single person that like comes to the curtain.
God.
Sony, the lost son, Michelle.
He is the lost son.
Corey wants to be Cam Newton so bad.
I'm gonna come out with a full brim hat next time.
With a hole in the middle for your hair.
I gotta get one. Andy Dalton passing yards at 213.5. We're not putting that in. Stafford 270.5 is very interesting.
Very,
very interesting. Passing TD Stafford over 1.5 is paying $1.57, which is basically not a whole lot. Andy Dalton to have 2 touchdowns is paying $2.80. Rushing props, we got Montgomery at 55.5, Henderson at 53.5, Andy Dalton 7.5, Sony Michel at 34.5. And then receiving wise, we got Allen Robinson at 65.5, Mooney at 45.5, Woods at 62.5, Cooper Kupp 63.5, Daryl Henderson 12.5, David Montgomery at 20.5, Cole Kmet 23.5, Higbee at 38.5, Sony Michel at 5.5.
I'll still take the under on Sony.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Power parlay wise, I say we go Stafford. Comes out big game, 300 plus.
Oh my!
Well, we can go all
right.
past.
Serious question. Serious question. Actually, serious question for you guys. Because I have a dilemma of defenses in this dynasty league that made me have defenses. Who would you guys go with? Saints against the Packers or Bears against the Rams?
God, you have awful defenses.
Yeah.
Can you get another one?
Yeah.
Can you try for the Texans defense against the Jags?
The Texans. Oh gosh, no, I'm saying I'm not that desperate. I'll pick up Daniel Jones as quarterback before I pick up the Jags defense, which I might regret because
if I had to choose, I'd probably take the Bears, but
I think I would also take the Bears, and that's sad.
Hey Corey,
I think they're gonna cover because of their defense, but that's still gonna hurt.
Oh, they're on the waiver wire. Pick them up.
They're on the waiver wire. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, we need a power parlay pick, and it's tell me why it's going to be Cooper Kupp over 63.5 yards receiving.
I like Cooper Kupp. Yeah, Woods or Kupp. I like both of them. I think they both are going to have great years with Stafford.
All right, which one? Pick one. Or both. We can go both.
Oh, man. If we're going to go both, we might as well just go Stafford.
Well, we can do all three.
Oh, man.
You're really into the Sunday night game. Give me Kupp.
I'm leaning Woods. Corey, be the tiebreaker.
2001 looks pretty good, though, doesn't it?
Be the tiebreaker, Corey. Woods or Cooper? Or Coop? Or Kupp? God damn.
I'm going
Kupp. All right. We're going Kupp.
All right. Baltimore Ravens.
Here we go.
Hold on. Let me make sure there's not another report from the Ravens camp. Hold on. Oh, man. What is going on in Baltimore? Did the 49ers medical staff get transferred to Baltimore? I literally called Matt and literally told him, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, no fan should go through this many injuries right before week 1.
I'm gonna blame the Steelers. I'm pretty sure they had something to do with it. Sabotage our practice field or something.
Put a bunch of little holes to just like bust your knees on. Oh man.
All right.
Yeah, but Marcus Peters and the Gus and the Bus getting hurt on back-to-back plays was just like tragic.
That's ridiculous. The Ravens in this game are 4.5-point favorites on the road. We don't know what the Vegas home crowd's gonna look like, but I think that's something to keep in mind. 4.5. We liked it early, Alex. We talked to your guy, Kitty. Who's also a Raven fan. He already bet this. He put sizable.
He put 210 on that.
Yeah, that's sizable in my book. On Baltimore Ravens to cover the spread. Total match points in this one is 50.5. I would tend to lean to the under and the Ravens in this game. How do you guys see this one? Especially you, Biscuits. How do you see your boys matching up against the Raiders?
Definitely the under, and Baltimore by 50, which doesn't work.
No,
but yeah, it does. But yeah, it does. 50-0.
Yeah.
No. Wait. What's the under at? 54.5?
50.5.
Oh, 50.5. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 50-3, but no, that's the over. Never mind. Can we just pick Lamar Jackson? I'm scared. I'm scared of touching anything else on the Ravens.
Oh yeah, we're just like, I'm just looking at the touchdown props. Like, they're interesting just because we don't know. So is Latavius Murray gonna play? If Latavius Murray is playing, $4.50 for a touchdown is looking. Really
Murray is definitely playing in this game. He's in shape. Devontae Freeman and Le'Veon Bell, like that's ambitious to think they're going to make it on the field for considerable snaps. But it's going to be Tyson Williams and Tyson and I think Murray gets some carries for sure. He's definitely in game shape.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at the quarterback props here. Lamar Jackson passing yards at 210.5. No idea who he's going to be passing to. Probably Watkins and Brown. Both like
Sammy Watkins. Week one smash over.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not doing that. It's not good. I mean, I can do it, but I'm not doing it in the power parlay. Lamar Jackson rushing yards at 70.5. Josh Jacobs at 58.5. Receiving wise, we got Ruggs at 38.5. Edwards at 41.5. Darren Waller at 72.5. Mark Andrews 58.5. Marquise Brown 52.5. Sammy Watkins 43.5. And that's it. We need a play.
For those of you at home,
I think we already had our play. It's Lamar Jackson, right?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson anytime.
If we're not doing that, I think honestly the tight ends in this one are both pretty good.
Yeah.
I think actually Darren Waller is probably a really good play, considering I love my Ravens, but our linebackers aren't exactly the best at covering.
So we're going Lamar rushing over? Yes.
He's at 70.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man. We're all expecting the Ravens to have a sizable lead on the Raiders, regardless of these injuries, right?
Yeah, but I've heard a lot of people taking Raiders in this game, so FYI.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't have the good record you and I have.
That's true.
I was thinking Darren Waller would make sense just because he's a matchup nightmare, and if they're behind, they're gonna keep on getting him the ball.
I actually like that one a lot.
If it was at 68, I'd say smash. 72 is it's like that charted territory where it gets kind of scary. But I mean, is Bryan Edwards and Henry Ruggs really going to be sucking up the targets from Carr in this game?
No.
Yeah. I even like Mark Andrews at 58.5.
Yeah. I think if I had to pick, it would go Waller, Andrews, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
All right. We're putting Waller in. Waller's going.
Ravens still winning by 50, though.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, we can add Ravens minus 4.5 if you want. If you want to get crazy, but
you want to get crazy.
And that's it, man. That's all of them. So we're up to 17,566 to 1 odds.
Some light.
Yeah, it's light work. Let's see. We'll recap. We got Zach Moss over 28.5 yards rushing. Zach Wilson over 231.5 yards passing. James Robinson anytime touchdown. AJ Brown over 68.5. Kyle Pitts over 47.5 yards receiving. Logan Thomas over 42.5 yards receiving. We love the tight ends this week. Jamal Williams over 9.5 yards receiving. Jonathan Taylor over 11.5 yards receiving. Joe Mixon over 22.5 yards receiving. We love our receiving backs. Davian Harris, anytime touchdown. Patrick Mahomes over 14.5 yards rushing. Sterling Shepard under 52.5, looking dicey. Devontae Adams over 87.5. Cooper Kupp over 63.5 yards receiving. And Darren Waller over 72.5 yards receiving. Is that correct?
Yes.
Love it.
All right.
Sounds like my mortgage getting paid next month.
Potential winnings on a $5 bet is $87,833.30.
That's beautiful.
All right.
That's beautiful.
That will pretty much do it from us. I really appreciate you guys jumping on with me, guys, for the reinstallation of the Bets on Rap podcast. We'll be doing this. I'll be doing this every week. Going through the lines and the props. And I really appreciate you guys. Whenever you guys want to jump on, just let me know. I'm happy to have you guys. So really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man.